Over 25 years, among the more than 2,000 highly experienced professionals, business owners, entrepreneurs, teachers, coaches, senior officers, whom I have personally worked with, taught, consulted for, mentored, their success in their roles always came down to the answer to this question: what is a leader? Now, my answer to this question is a leader is a person with responsibility. Now, my definition is simple, but it's true. Each of us has people who rely on us, our families, our friends, and maybe you do have a team or clients, partners. Maybe your boss relies on you, or an organization, and so on. Um, and so we can see that a leader is a person with responsibilities, but also that a leader is a communicator. You need to be able to build trust, give directions, inspire, and so on. Um, and you also want to be able to lead from example. That means being able to communicate well with yourself in order to communicate well with other people. It starts with yourself. And that means you need to have well developed self awareness and emotional intelligence. Okay. We know from psychology that a person cannot stop or really control their emotions. As the great author human about human behavior, Robert Greene, I think it was in his Laws of Power book, he said a line I like. Your emotions are stronger than your mind, and psychology shows us that this is true. We can't stop our emotions or control them, but we can manage them. We have to become aware of them. That's self-awareness. We have to become aware of them first, and then we can learn to understand how they influence our thoughts, our opinions, our beliefs, and we can manage them. Now, one of the things about managing emotions, it becomes difficult for people who are communicators. That means people who are leaders, people with responsibility, like you, like me, is a cognitive bias that we all share. We all have. No one is immune. But the cognitive bias, this is the Dunning-Kruger effect you may have heard of. This is the assumption that we're better at things than we really are. All right. Um, that's what it implies. So, uh, I might think something like, "Oh, I don't need to worry about that," or "I've got that under control," or "That's not me," and so on. And when we do that, we're missing the chance to be aware of and to manage certain realities which are inside, and that means our emotions. And in doing so, we fall into a cognitive trap. And when we don't take care of that, when we don't neutralize or extricate ourselves from that trap, it leads to another trap and then to another one and so on. And they form a cycle, which I call the leader trap cycle. It's very hard to get out of it if it continues on, getting worse, and it spirals down into a very poor relationship with yourself and with the people in your life. Now, in the next four videos, I'm going to be going over each of these traps a bit for you. And if you'd like to get the whole guide that I've made for you about them, just hit the link. It's in the first comments, and you can even get the guide and follow my next few videos here too. The guide is free. So I hope you do that, and looking forward to much better communication, better relationships, and leveling up our life.